just hanging out with my buddy Jake here in the house. The other day, when I was leaving for California, I talked at the very beginning of that video about how Jake is starting to put on some more weight and how that made me really happy because he was getting really skinny and I was getting worried about it. And I don't know, I thought I would talk about it because it's kind of interesting to me. He, I don't know, can you see him down here? You're probably seeing the thing there. Anyway, so here's what happened, right? So he wasn't eating very much. He's getting older. I started getting worried. And it became really frustrating because, I got Jake and I got Zoe. Zoe's the little dog. And I would feed Jake. There's a song called that, isn't there? Anyway, I would feed him and he wouldn't eat it. And then, of course, Zoe would swoop in and eat the food. So that was really frustrating to me because, when I fed him, I had to, sit there and watch him because if he didn't finish his food, then she would come over and eat it. And she was getting, huge. She's not even half his size. She's like a quarter his size. And she's eating this giant bowl of food. It's ridiculous. So, interestingly, I'm not getting upset at Zoe for eating his food. I'm getting upset at him for not eating his food because you can't blame a dog for wanting to eat. Anyway. And dogs are so perceptive that he was really picking up on the fact that I was getting frustrated with him. So I would put this food in his bowl and then stand there over him while he was eating. And he's a really weird, picky dog. He only eats when I'm eating. So I had to literally sit there and pretend to eat something so that he would eat. It's ridiculous. So I was getting really frustrated with him. And dogs really are sensitive and can pick up that stuff. So he was picking up that I was frustrated. So in his mind, he started to associate me being frustrated at him with him getting food in his bowl. So long story short, I'm putting food in his bowl and now he gets all weird and nervous about it and his tail goes between his legs and he starts to walk around. And so it just kind of spiraled, and because of that, he was eating less and less. What I eventually did was I just stopped trying to make him eat. And I would stand over and eat, eat. And clearly that wasn't working. So I thought, you know what? Fine. If you're not going to eat, I'm just not going to feed you. I kind of reached that point where it was insane. I was literally losing my mind over the fact that this dog wasn't eating. And he kept getting skinnier and I was really flipping out about it. So I decided to just let it go and say, you know what? If you want to starve yourself, starve yourself. And basically I decided, all right, look, I'm just going to leave his empty food bowl on the floor. And when he starts flipping it over, which he would do sometimes when he was hungry, when he flips over his food bowl, I will put as much food in there as he wants to eat. But until he does that, I'm not going to waste my time putting that food down there and risking, the possibility that Zoe would eat it, which is not good for her either. So I started doing that. And what do you know? It worked. What do you know? When he actually got hungry, he would go flip his bowl over. And then he would eat 2 or 3 bowls worth of food. He would eat a whole day's worth of food at once. I don't know, many of you might have dogs and you might know something about this. Maybe some dogs only want to eat once a day or something. I don't know. But he was eating more food only once a day. Or I would feed him something at dinner time and he would eat it, and then an hour or two later he's flipping over his bowl again. Basically, we just started to understand that when he's flipping his bowl, I'll put food in it. And then he ate a lot. And so now he's starting to gain some weight back and he's looking really good. And he doesn't have that association with me being frustrated when I feed him. It's just I put the food down. If he doesn't eat it, I pick it back up. When he makes it known that he wants to eat, I feed him. And everything's gotten a lot better. And now Zoe's not eating his food. He's putting on some weight. And I don't know. I just started thinking that's a good life lesson kind of thing, I think a lot of times we try to hold on to something so hard that we wind up losing it. And sometimes the best thing you can do is just kind of step back and let go of it and let it do its thing. And it usually, well, not always, but there's always exceptions to this rule, but things can kind of work themselves out if you just chill out about it. If you just kind of walk away and let it do what it needs to do. I had similar situations in my marriage. I mean, I'm not going to air my dirty laundry or anything, but there have been things in my marriage that became really problematic, and I realized later that when I just let go of it and said, you know what, forget it. I'm just not going to even think about this or worry about it anymore. Things just got better. But I held on to it so tightly before because I thought if I didn't, that everything would fall apart. And the opposite was true. And I think that's true in a lot of things in life. Sometimes you just have to let go and let things do what they're going to do and trust that, the people around you, the people that you love are gonna be there and do the right thing. And sometimes people have more of ability to take care of themselves than you think they do. And the best thing you can do is just let them do it in their own way. Anyway, that's me musing philosophical about my dog. So, Jake, you want to say goodbye to everybody? Camera's not really cooperating. But that's the deal. I don't know. Just some thoughts. Feel free to share your experiences with that in the comments. Is there something that you're kind of hanging on to, something that's a trouble in your life that you're having trouble letting go of? Help each other out down in the comments. We're all good people here. We all care about each other. And share any dog situations you might have too. Anyway, just a thought. Hope you guys have a great weekend. It's Friday. I'm about to start packing up Cankerboy boxes. Actually, I gotta do that today and get them out tomorrow. And that's how I'm gonna be spending my evening. Anyway, I hope you're all doing great. I love you guys, and I'll catch you soon. Have a great weekend. Peace.